Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video and this is based on Euler's-Mascheroni constant. There will be 3 videos on this topic dealing with the 3 theorems based on Euler's constant. In this video I am going to explain theorem 1, so let's begin. So before defining theorem 1, we need to explain two symbols Hm and Em. Hm is equal to 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus so on plus 1 over n, and Em is equal to Hm minus log n. So the above theorem says that we need to prove that Em is greater than 0 and Em is greater than Em plus 1, and using the above two properties we can easily deduce that when m approaches infinity, that is to say limit m approaches infinity, Em exists, and this is the number Euler's constant. So let us begin understanding the theorem. So let us start with Em. So we need to prove that Em is greater than 0. So we need to prove that Hm is greater than log n, since Em is equals to Hm minus log n. So ultimately we need to prove that 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus dot 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 plus 1 over n is greater than log n. We can also write it as 1 into 1 plus half into 1 plus 1/3 into 1 and so on up to 1nth into 1, and the log n can also be written as integral of the function 1 over x from 1 to n, that is to say with lower limit as 1 and upper limit is n. The terms 1 into 1 plus half into 1 plus 1/3 into 1 can be thought of as area of the rectangles formed by sides of length 1 and 1, half and 1, 1/3 and 1. If we take the curve 1 over x and plot it over a graph, and as shown in the figure, the shaded region is same as the summation of the series shown above. By forming the rectangles shown, the corresponding graph of the series is shown below. It is written. Also, the integral of the function 1 over x from 1 to n is the area of the curve 1 over x with the x-axis from 1 to n. Using the curves and the given shaded area, we can easily see that in the left curve we have an extra figure which is a trianguloid, and these extra trianguloid areas are giving extra values to the series. So we can easily see that Hm is greater than log n, and hence we can say that Em is greater than 0. Now let us move to the next result. Em is greater than Em plus 1. So first define them. Em is equal to 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 and so on up to 1 over n minus log n, and Em plus 1 is equals to 1 plus 1 over 2 and so on up to 1 over n plus 1 minus log n plus 1. By very basic mathematics, we can easily see that Em is equal to Em plus 1 minus 1 over n plus 1 plus log of n plus 1 over n. So, for proving our result that Em is greater than Em plus 1, we need to prove that log of n plus 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 1 is positive number. This can be proved in two ways. We begin with the first one. So in the first method, we again use the same area concept. Here, log of n plus 1 over n can be thought of as the area of the function 1 over x with the x-axis from n to n plus 1, which is shown in the diagram below, and 1 over n plus 1 can be thought of as the area of a rectangle having sides 1 over n plus 1 and 1, which is also shown in the diagram. So again, a trianguloid area is increased in the term log of n plus 1 over n. So we can say that log of n plus 1 over n is greater than 1 over n plus 1, and hence log of n plus 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 1 is a positive term, and hence Em is greater than Em plus 1. This was our first method. Now let us begin with our second method. In the second method, we will use Maclaurin series as our fundamental theorem to explain the result. Maclaurin series says that ln of 1 plus x is equal to x minus x square over 2 plus x cube over 3 minus x power 4 plus over 4 and so on up to infinity. So ln n over n plus 1 can be written as ln of 1 minus 1 over n plus 1, which so substituting the value of x as minus 1 over n plus 1, we can see that log of n over n plus 1 is same as minus 1 over n plus 1 minus 1 over 2 n plus 1 whole square and so on as shown. Since n plus 1, n plus 1 whole square, n plus 1 whole cube all are positive terms, so using basic number theory we can easily see that log of n over n plus 1 is less than minus 1 over n plus 1. So we have proved that log of n over n plus 1 over n plus 1 is less than 0. So negative of this term would be positive. Now dealing with our original formula, Em is equal to m plus 1 minus 1 over m plus 1 plus log of m plus 1 over m. This can be rearranged to give Em is equals to m plus 1 minus of whole bracket 1 over m plus 1 plus log of m plus 1 over m plus 1. So now this term on the right is positive, so we can give the result Em is greater than Em plus 1, and hence this is also proved using Maclaurin series. Now dealing with the third property, that limit n approaches infinity for the term Em exists and is equal to the Euler's number, is very important and can be easily seen using the above two properties. Another way of explaining the third property is that the series corresponding to Em converges. That is to say, this is a converging series. One of the way to prove that a series is converging is to prove that the series is decreasing and is bounded by its lower limit. Here in our view, Em is greater than Em plus 1, so we can easily say that Em is a decreasing function, and we have also proved that Em is greater than 0, so it is bounded by its lower limit. So we can say that limit Em when n approaches infinity exists and is Euler's constant. You can feel our convergence criteria by seeing the graph of y is equal to 1 over x and y is equal to 1 over 1 plus x. You can see that y is equal to 1 over x is not a bounded function, but it is still bounded from its lower limit and is a decreasing function, and it converges to 0. And y is equal to 1 over x plus 1 is a bounded function. It is and we can see for x to be greater than 0, we can see y is equal to 1 over x plus 1 is a bounded function, and it also converges to 0. By viewing these curves, if we go to our function or any function, any function which has its lower limit of boundedness as y is equals to x1, and suppose that function starts from any point x1 y1 and then it starts decreasing, then ultimately the function will be above the line y is equals to x1. Hence we can say that the function is going to converge to a particular y value or any output for our limit. So we are done with our theorem 1 and we have understand what Euler's-Mascheroni constant is. My next video is going to be on two major types of the, or say two major branches of Euler's constant. My second video will be on that how do we compute the value of Euler's-Mascheroni constant. This method is used in computers and is still by mathematicians to compute its value, although it's too hectic, but this is the only way. So the second video is going to be on its calculation, and my third video will be on Euler's-Mascheroni number as a irrational number. We will prove that Euler-Mascheroni constant is an irrational number in our third video. So for our further videos, stay tuned with us.